Okay, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Magandang hapon sa iyo, Attorney Roque, Attorney Tisini. I am in a very tough predicament right now, considering that I'll speak right after the two very good speakers. And at the same time, napakahirap sapagkat I will be speaking in behalf of law enforcement. At lalo pa, I will be doing this while in UP. Kaya naman, I may have to limit some of the things that I'll be saying now. Well, I understand that the forum is about the Cybercrime Prevention Act, not the problematic provisions of the Cybercrime Prevention Act. So I may have to speak because kinakailangan palang magsalita with respect to the entire act. I would like to speak about the advantages of the Cybercrime Prevention Act as far as law enforcement is concerned. And in doing that, I have to give a brief history of how the NBI and the PNP went about in the investigation investigation of computer crimes. Okay, noon po 1996, para po sa mga hindi nakakaalam, the NBI, the then director of the NBI went to the Federal Bureau of Investigation in the United States. He was able to discover that the US FBI already had its own computer crime division dahil marami na raw pong complaints na pumapasok relating to computers and relating to the internet. So sabi niya, when he went back to the Philippines, I would rename one of our divisions to a computer crime unit. So from the Anti-Fraud and Action Division, we were renamed to the Anti-Fraud and Computer Crimes Division. And from then on, we had to learn how to conduct investigations of computer crimes, specifically on how the internet works and how we would relate the operations of the internet in the investigations of computer crimes. Sabi kasi marami na raw pong papasok ng mga computer crimes. Ang problema, from 1996 up to the year 2000, wala pong pumasok na crimes related to computer. Meron po kami natanggap na crimes sa theft of computers, na-solve naman po namin. But this was not the type of crime that we were expecting. Hindi ito yung aming pinaghandaan. Hindi ito yung aming pinag-aralan. Then came about the Lagbag case. In the Lagbag case, by the way, that was the first time I met JJ. In the Lagbag case, we were able to discover that while the NBI, while law enforcement was already prepared in the investigation of computer crimes as far as knowledge and skills are concerned, nalaman namin that other sectors of society are yet to be prepared to encounter computer crimes. Imagine we had to receive we received the complaint on a Tuesday. In a matter of 2 days, we were able to discover already the origin of the internet activity. But Friday up to Monday morning, we had to talk to 20 judges. But none of these judges wanted to admit the application. Marami silang binibigay na dahilan, keso weekend, family time, etc. Only for them to admit that the reason they did not want to admit the application is because they did not understand computer technology. One judge even commented, I do not even know how to open my computer. How do you expect me to use your search warrant for that supposed crime? But fortunately, meron pong isang judge who was daring enough to receive the application, and then the rest is history. Wala po kaming ang napakarami po namin predicament, napakarami pong challenges that were encountered by the NBI in the investigation of that case. Number one is because there was no law to define and penalize computer crimes at that time. The number one predicament is anong batas ang aming gagamitin. We had to make do of the provision, of certain provision of Republic Act 8484, which is the Access Devices Regulations Act, in applying for a search warrant. Nag-grant naman po. Second problem was ISPs where we will be getting the evidence for us to be able to prosecute the case, hindi rin po nagko-cooperate. But just the same, we were able to confiscate the computer in a search warrant implementation and then file the case before the DOJ. Napakahaba man po ng aking binibigay na kwento, still, na-dismiss po ang kaso. Why? The case was dismissed for reason that there was no law to define and penalize computer crimes. Yun po ang nanitahilan kung bakit. Despite the $12 billion na na-incur ng lahat ng victims in that case, hindi po ma-prosecute yung tao na na-identify namin who was responsible for the creation of the Lagbag. Then came Republic Act 8792. In Republic Act 8792, nung ipinasa po ang Republic Act 8792, it was not actually intended as a cybercrime law. It was not intended the cybercrime law. Yet, they inserted certain provisions, Section 33A and Section 33B, to define more or less at least 3 crimes punishable under our laws, and that would be unauthorized access into a computer system, 2 is the launching of harmful computer viruses, and copyright infringement with the use of the internet. And since then, yan na po ang ginagamit na batas po ng NBI at ng PNP in going after cyber criminals. Sa amin pong pag-iimbestiga ng napakaraming kaso for the past 11 years since the passage of the law, nakita po namin na napakaraming limitations ng batas na iyan. Ang unang limitation is because of the penalties that are given to the persons committing the crime. Napakababa po ng penalties, imprisonment of payment of fines, a minimum of 100,000 pesos to a maximum commensurate to the amount of damage, plus mandatory imprisonment of 6 months to 3 years, dahil sa napakababa po ng penalties na ibinibigay ng batas. Ang nangyayari po, kapag po nag-imbestiga ang NBI, kapag po nag-imbestiga ang PNP, dahil mababa ang penalties, nagkakaroon lang po ng settlement ng complainant at ang tao iniimbestigahan. Siyempre naman po, kung ang isang tao is capable of buying a high-end laptop and subscribing to an internet account, sino po dito ang merong internet connection sa bahay? Pakitaas po ang kamay. Yung po mga buena familia. Okay. If you are able to subscribe to an internet account and you are able to buy a high-end laptop, it follows, malamang merong kakayahan ang iyong pamilya. Kapag po inimbestigahan po ng NBI yan, at nalaman ng subject o ng families o ng lawyers na ganito lang kababa ang penalties, ang nangyayari po, nagkakaroon lamang po ng settlement ang nagre-reklamo at ang inireklamo. There are even times that while the case reaches the prosecutor's office or the court, dahil kung mababa ang imprisonment, nakakapag-apply po agad ng probation ang taong kinakasuhan. Ibig sabihin, hindi talaga nakakahimas ng rehas ang taong nakakasuhan. That is one major limitation. Second limitation is the ISPs, where we are supposed to get the information, where we are supposed to get the evidence for us to be able to pinpoint to the origin of an internet activity, hindi naman po compelled under the law to share information with law enforcement. Kaya po, pag nag-iimbestiga ang NBI, for example, we received the complaint on a Monday, on the same day we are able to identify the ISP used to access the internet and eventually commit the crime. Kapag po nagpadala ng letter request o subpoena ang NBI o PNP, nagpadala kami ng subpoena on a Wednesday, malamang magre-reply ang ISP Thursday na, after 8 weeks. After 8 weeks. Lagi po binabanggit every time I do my lectures, I always make the point to compare computer crimes with drug cases. Sino po ang nagsabi dito na madaling sigutin ang siya? Pakitaas na kami. Buti na lang wala akong nagtaas. Alam mo po, sabi nila ang shabu po madaling sigutin. Ang shabu daw madaling sigutin, ang paraphernalia daw sa paggamit ng shabu, madaling itapon, madaling i-discard. Ang shabu daw madaling i-transport from one place to another. Similar with computers. In a computer crime, files can easily be deleted from the computers, right? The CPUs can easily be transferred from one place to another. Hard disk can easily be pulled out from the CPU tower casings. And because of this, dapat mabilis po ang action ng law enforcement. When you talk about drug cases, kapag sigurado ka na may nagbebenta ng shabu, apply ka na agad ng search warrant, implement mo na agad ng search warrant. The other option is to conduct the buy-bust operation para mahuli mo na agad. Same with computer crimes. Pero po, dapat kapag nag-file ka on a Monday, dapat the ideal case is within the week you are able to apply for a search warrant and you are able to arrest the subject in the case. Pero dahil po, hindi natin nakukuha ang ebidensya na ginagamit natin to pinpoint to the origin of the internet activity, it takes a lot of time before the NBI and the PNP can acquire the evidence to identify the subject responsible for the commission of the crime. Ganun po kahaba ang proseso. Minsan, kapag ayaw ibigay ng ISP ang ebidensya, hindi naman po humihinto agad ang NBI, hindi naman po humihinto agad ang PNP. What we do is that we seek the assistance of the court for the court to be able to issue the order to require the ISP to produce the information needed by the NBI. Pag po ginrant ng court ang aming petition, ang aming request, at meron na po kaming order We will be bringing the order to the ISP to secure the information. Ang sasabihin po ng ISP, okay, hahanapin namin. Only for us to be told na yung aming kailangan information, wala na pala. Why? Wala na po from the logs, wala na po from the database. So number 3 problem is because there is no standardized retention period of logs among ISPs. Malay ba natin, some ISPs may have 6 months. Pero sasabihin nila sa amin, 2 weeks lang, wala na. We have no way of checking kung yung information na kailangan natin ay nandoon. That is one major limitation. The other limitation is, gaya po ng binanggit ko kanina, 3 krimen lamang po ang pinapenalize under Republic Act 8792. Unauthorized access into the computer system, launching of harmful computer viruses, and copyright infringement with the use of the Internet. Napakarami pong krimen ngayon na hindi naka-define under Republic Act 8792, but which are being committed using computers. Internet gambling, for one, is very rampant nowadays. Kapag po kayo gusto nyo magsugal, pupunta ka ng casino, napakarami pong risk in going to the casino. One risk, pag nanalo ka, ma-hold up ka. The other risk, pag nanalo ka, nahinga ka ng balato. Ang isang risk is kapag taga-gobyerno ka, nakita ka sa casino, makakasbuhan ka. But because of the advent of computers and the internet, in the confines of your own home or in a nearby internet cafe, as long as you have the credit card, you are able to play casino, you are able to play games. Walang hold up, walang balato, walang huli ng camera. Online gambling is not penalized under Republic Act 8792. Internet pornography, another one is internet pornography. Napakarampant po ng internet pornography ngayon. Napakarami po nagko-commit ng internet pornography. Pardon me for saying this for all the women in the house. Why is it that a lot of women engage in internet pornography? During the very first few years that we were investigating internet pornography, na-intriga po ako. Nagtanong po ako nung makahuli kami ng mga pornography models. Tinanong ko ang isang modelo. Sabi ko sa isang modelo, why is it that you engage in internet pornography? Sabi po ng modelo, sir, if you would chat with a model in an internet pornography site, the customer gets to pay $3.99 per minute. And out of the $3.99 per minute, the operator in the Philippines gets paid $1 per minute, and the model gets paid 50 cents per minute. Of course, nung binanggit niya, Tagalog niya sinabi yan. Ibig sabihin, kung merong 4 na customer ang isang modelo, at an average of 60 minutes per customer, that would be 240 minutes. Times magkano po ang 50 cents? Ng isang dolyares, 20 pesos. 20 times 240 minutes, 5,000 pesos po potentially ang pwedeng kitain ng isang internet model sa isang araw. Ganyan po kalaki ang kinikita. Kaya naman po nung marinig ko yan, ang una kong tinanong ay tumatanggap ba kayo ng lalaki dyan? Naisip ko rin po, asan ang hustisya dito? You get to earn 5,000 pesos a day. Attend kami ng, mag-aabugas siya kami, attend kami ng MCLE, magle-lecture ka, magsasalita ka ng 4 na oras, mauubusan ka ng boses, tapos ikaw babayaran ka ng 5,000 pesos. Ilan tayo nasaan ang hustisya dyan? Di ba? Kaya tinanong ko ang babae, bakit tumatanggap ba kayo ng lalaki dyan? Isang babae ang aking nakausap. Sabi niya, sir, I used to work sa isang bar. Kapag nagtrabaho ka sa bar para kumita ka, obligado kang umupo with your customer. Obligado kang uminom. Dito po, hindi mo na kinakailangan gawin yun. We are not even supposed to use our names. Walang deduction for withholding tax. Walang deduction for PhilHealth. Although personally dapat may PhilHealth. Bakit? 24 hours nakahubad ka, ang lakas ng aircon. Kailangan mayroong PhilHealth. Ibig sabihin, ang laki ng kinikita nila in performing internet pornography. Ang laki ng kita nga lang po na. This is not defined under Republic Act 8792. So these are some of the limitations of Republic Act 8792 on law enforcement perspective. Bakit po makakatulong po ang Cybercrime Prevention Act para sa law enforcement? Unang-una, hindi na 3 krimen ang dinidefine at penalize. Mas marami po. Alam naman po natin, halos lahat ng krimen ngayon pwede na pong i-commit using computers. I even foresee in the future, computer program can be used to kill people. Not that I'm thinking of hitting someone using the keyboard. Pero ang punto is, we're now practically living in a world being operated by computers. and the internet. Kailangan natin ng Cybercrime Prevention Act for that purpose. No? Pangalawa, alam natin na ang ebidensyang kailangan natin for us to be able to conduct a successful investigation and prosecution is nandoon po sa ISP. Kahit po, mahirap ang pag-a-apply ng court warrant, just so that the court will be the one to issue the order to the ISP to produce the information needed by the NBI and the PNP. We actually don't mind doing that. Makasiguro lang kami na ang kailangan namin ebidensya ay nandoon po talaga. Nandoon po talaga. Yun pong binabanggit natin na problematic professions, which is the online libel under Section 4C. I actually approve of the move to review yung online libel. However, kinakailangan tignan din po natin, dapat makapag-set tayo ng mas malinaw na measures or remedies that can be used by the victims in this case. When you talk about libel or online libel, hindi lang naman po yung libel kung saan identified ang tao na sumulat ng artikulo. Paano naman po yung nag-create ng Facebook account at gumamit ng ibang pangalan o gumamit ng fictitious names. Diba? Libel din po yan kung ang elemento ng libel na nandoon po sa pag-create ng krimen. And if you would review the provisions of Republic Act 10175, the act of going to the court for you to apply for a court warrant is only applicable if you're talking of a crime penalized under RA 10175. Kung i-decriminalize ang libel at gagawin po natin itong civil, kung saan ay binibigyan na lamang po ng remedy ang complainant na mag-file ng damages in court, paano po natin ma-identify ang tao behind the computer, the one who created the fictitious and the fake account, kung ang remedy na pagkuha ng information from the ISP at pagpunta sa korte to apply for a court warrant is only applicable on crimes or crimes defined under Republic Act 10175. So ang punto po dito, I certainly do not disapprove reviewing the provisions of the online provision of Republic Act 10175. Provided na mas maliwanag po ang paraan, mas maliwanag po ang measures that will be available to the victims of this case in the event that libel is decriminalized. Maraming salamat po sa inyo.